Hello, friends, and welcome to the Shaman's View. Welcome to the Shaman's View, the view from the invisible world. The shamans spent most of their time in the invisible world, not only when they sleep like we do, but in their meditation practice and the vision quest and in the healing journeys that they take into the upper world to retrieve a healed future and a healed destiny for the planet. So the invisible world is as important, or more even, than the visible one. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being with me. We're going to be doing fire ceremony shortly. And not only are we going to be doing fire ceremony together, and I want to invite you to join me every Friday where we will do different fire ceremonies, including an ascension ceremony. How do we help those that are passing or that have passed to journey consciously back to the world of spirit? I'm Dr. Alberto Villoldo. I am a shaman. I'm also a medical anthropologist with a PhD in psychology, and I've been a professor at the University of California and at Columbia University in New York. And my training has been in the Andes and in the mountains of the Americas with the last of the ancient wisdom keepers. And as you saw last week, if you joined me for the reading of the prophecies, they announced the dawn of a new humanity, the coming of a new time. So welcome to our fire ceremony today. Not only are we going to do ceremony together, but traditionally in the shamanic traditions, you are gifted a ceremony that you can do for yourself and for others. So today I am gifting you and transmitting to you with the lineage of medicine men and women that have come before us, that have empowered me to do this, the fire ceremony that you may use for your own healing and to assist those that are suffering remotely, to be able to bring a little light and a little fire to someone who may be in pain or who may have lost a loved one. Many of us today are seeing loved ones pass. This is a gift for you, not from me, because I don't own anything I can give to you, but from a lineage of medicine men and women that are inviting you to return to the fire, to gather together again around the fire. Remember that there was a time that the world was lit only by fire. And it was around the fire that we shared the stories and we went through the great initiations. And we learned how to use fire about 800,000 years ago. But we only learned how to make fire around 300,000 years ago. So for 500,000 years, the keeping of the fire, Agni Das, the servant of the fire, the keeping of the sacred fire, was the most important job in the village. And the fire was always present at all the initiations because the ancients understood that we are made of fire and of light, that that's our true original nature, is light. And they knew that whenever you place a log in the fire, that what you were doing was setting free the bands of sunlight that had wrapped themselves around the trunk of a tree as the earth turned around the sun. You were setting those bands of sunlight free once again. That is who we are. We're light and fire that is tightly bound into matter. And if you go deeply enough inside the human cell, you find that what happens inside the cell is generating energy through fire. Our mitochondria turn food into light, and we store that energy in the form of light, in the form of a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, phosphorus, three molecules of light that we store in the body. Today's ceremony I'd like to dedicate to all of those who are going through difficult times in the world. And I'd like to invite you to join me as we first opened sacred space. And we open sacred space by calling on the four directions, the four corners of the world. To the winds of the south, great serpent, mother of the waters, we call on you. Come and wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us your ways, the beauty way, to walk with beauty on the earth, touch everyone we touch with beauty. You who were the first one to bring us that fruit of the tree of wisdom, be with us. Aho. And to the winds of the west, mother, sister jaguar, otorongo, great jaguar, you who teach the practice of fearlessness, come and walk among us. Protect our meta space, our virtual ceremony. Teach us your ways of fearlessness in these times of fear. Teach us the ways beyond death and into infinity. You who are the steward of all life in the rainforest, we call on you. Teach us the ways of stewardship. Aho. And to the winds of the north, grandmothers and grandfathers, ancient ones, guardians and keepers of this land, hummingbird, we call on you. Teach us the ways of nectar, of drinking only from the nectar of life. Be with us. Teach us the ways of stillness, even in the middle of flight. Thank you. Aho. And to the winds of the east, to the rising sun, eagle, condor. Thank you, Mother, for flying high above us. Be with us. Bring us your gift of vision in these times of chaos where we cannot see clearly. Open our eyes that we may see with clarity and with beauty. Teach us how to spread our own wings so we may always fly wing to wing with the Great Spirit. Aho. And to our Mother, Great Mother, Mother Earth, thank you, Mother. Thank you for all of your blessings, for all of the gifts that you bring to us. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for healing us and for holding us so sweetly. You who are our Mother, who wants us to be well, we've come back to you. We have been your wayward children. Thank you, Mother. Aho. And Great Spirit, creator of all, you who sit above us and below us, in the north, the south, the east, and the west, we thank you for bringing us together today in ceremony. We thank the sacred mountains of this land. We thank the lineages of luminous healers, of shamans from the past and the future, that we call to be present with us here today for the ceremony of fire. Be with us, aho. And I'd like you to take a moment and drop into your breath and close your eyes if you like. And if you have a candle with you, go ahead and light your candle. Go ahead and light your candle and prepare for the ceremony we're going to be doing. And I'd like you to take a toothpick or a piece of paper that you've rolled up or a small stick. And I'd like you to blow into that stick your prayers for alleviating the suffering that so many are going through today. If you have a loved one who may be in danger or whose health is critical or who may be crossing over at this time, many of us are losing loved ones. Blow their names into that stick. Dedicate this to them. And dedicate this stick and this fire and this ceremony to all of the healthcare workers around the world, the courageous men and women that risk their lives every day, full-hearted, wholeheartedly, giving more than any human can give to be there for those who are in need. These courageous men and women that are on the front lines, we dedicate this to you. And if you have a loved one who's in need of help right now, go ahead and dedicate this fire ceremony to them as well, blowing their name. Remember that in the energy field, the luminous energy field, is the quantum field, and its characteristics are non-locality. Non-locality in space and time. You can reach across space and touch someone 1,000 miles away. And allow your prayers to go into the fire. And as they burn, that the smoke and the light carry them and merge them with prayers of all of the shamans that are joining us, 1,000 medicine men and women that are joining us from around the world, 1,000 shamans that are joining with us today. That these prayers go to all in need. And now the final part of the ceremony is where you pass your hand over the fire and through the fire and bring those energies that have been transformed by fire, bring them to your forehead. That it may awaken your wisdom, your yachai, what the Andean shamans call the yachai, the wisdom, not the information, not the knowledge, not the explanation, but the knowingness, the certainty of wisdom. Bring it to your forehead, that it may open your vision and your mind. Bring the fire to your heart, that it may awaken your love and your munai, your ability to love unconditionally and unconditioned. Awaken that unconditioned love, that love that is the song of creation. And passing your hand through the fire again. This is your ceremony. Do it however you're called and bring it to your belly. Let it feed the power of creation within you, the yankai, the ability to create not only babies and children and food, but the ability to dream worlds into being, to create a healed reality and a healed destiny for all of us in the world. Bring it to your belly. And if you have your fire in front of you, I like to use both hands and bring the fire to my entire nervous system and brain. To awaken my inner vision, bring it to my heart. And bring it to my belly. And as you do this ceremony, remember that you are creating a standing wave in the energy field of the planet with 1,000 shamans that are joining us today, 1,000 medicine men and women that are trained shamans that have worked with us in the mountains, that have gone through training programs with me. We are creating a standing wave that can bring healing and beauty and compassion and alleviation from suffering to all of those who are in need around the earth, around the world today. And this ceremony is yours. This is your ceremony for you to do. I have gifted it to you. It has been gifted to you through me. And you can gift it to others as well. This is the way it's done traditionally, so you're not copying or making up. You've received it. It is yours. Let it take its own form. That is your true form. And gift it to others. Share it with loved ones. Remember, we gathered around the fire for thousands of years. And today we again gather around a holy and a sacred fire that might bring us again into the flow of life. As we come back into the flow, we disinhibit our immune system. We become fearless, and we practice fearlessness with wisdom. We're not caught in fear. We're free of the fight or flight or freeze syndrome that so many of us are trapped in. We are in the flow. And I want to invite you to join me in a documentary on the flow. It's a free 2-hour class that's available for you. I'll have the link right at the bottom of the page. Come and join and learn, come back into the flow with all creation and all of nature. And beginning next week, we're going to be meeting only on Fridays for ceremony, the Friday Shaman ceremony. And before I close, just I was speaking with our shamans from the Andes a couple of days ago. Many of them have the cities to go back into the mountains, deep into the mountain, retreat in quarantine. They're not going to quarantine in the middle of the city. They've gone back to 16,000-foot peaks and some of them to the lowland jungles, like they have done in the past to avoid extinction. And they tell me that the invisible world is preparing for this tremendous reception that they're getting ready to do of all of these souls that are transitioning right now. Next Friday, our fire ceremony, I'm going to teach you the ascension ceremony. How do you help souls ascend? These are ceremonies that have been done in places of great tragedy, of great crimes, of massacre. And now we're living through one of these great moments in the history of humanity where there's mass ascensions happening, how we can help souls return to the light. Thank you for joining me. Blessings on your journey. Bring your light and your fire. Share it with others. Join your light, the light of all of the medicine men and women that are calling on the birth of a new and the dawn of a new time for the earth. Thank you so much.